Chicago's South Side, 79th Street. I'll be talking to Congressman Bobby Rush. You were born in 1946?
46.
And that was the same year that was the last recorded mass lynching of African Americans in this country. Was that part of your, people tell you that when you were growing up, and that did that influence the way you chose to go?
No, I think that my earliest notion of something like I had an uncle who was lynched. Okay. And I don't know, I can't remember all the particulars, but I know that kind of, I didn't know what lynching was. I know what that meant, but I remember them saying things like that.
When you were growing up?
When I was growing up. When I was young, I was real young. I mean, this had to be real early in my life. But my own, in terms of my story, my consciousness, I didn't realize there was a day, we lived in Albany, Georgia. And I had an uncle who lived down the street, maybe 3 blocks away. And I can remember us walking down the street to my uncle's house, Uncle Richard's house. And for this one day, we were on the white families lived in nice homes on one side of the street. There was an open field on the other side of the street with no sidewalks, but with a worn-out pathway. And that's where the black folks walk. And I can remember walking down this one day and looking over and saying, well, why do we have to walk on this side of the street? And I saw the white folks sitting on their porches, and the children were having, seemed like they were having so much fun.
How old were you?
I must have been, I was even 5 years old, 3 or 4 years. But I just remember that it stuck with me that, you know, I can kind of remember these weren't wealthy whites. This was all, you know, in the South you can live pretty, you know, pretty close and just can't get so big. These people were not wealthy at all. They were really some poor whites, or poor whites. But they had a nice, compared to our homes, they had a pretty nice setting. But I remember them, how these kids was having fun in their front yard. And we were walking on the other side of the street along this vacant lot, or this field. It wasn't a lot, but ain't nothing, a lot is when you tear something is demolished. Nothing was ever built there. It was a field. It was old, a lot of weeds and growth, underbrush. But this path, and I can see this path, this is clear today. This path it was one of those paths when you have people, when they walk on it so much that you kill all the underbrush, the weeds and things, and you walk on them so much that the weeds don't sprout up no more. It's just
a well-worn path.
A well-worn path.
People have been going along this path for a long time.
Right, and it could be a sidewalk, except it didn't have concrete or cement. But it was our sidewalk. And I remember that. It was so that so that really created a consciousness in me that there was difference. There was difference because of race. The white people over there.
A well-worn path that everybody's going along with for a long time.
For a long time.
And here you are asking the main question, why?
Why?
A lot of changes have happened since 1946, since 1964. Here we are coming on an anniversary of the March on Washington. What are your comments on the Right to Vote Act and the Supreme Court?
Well, there's a shift back to the South. The history of this country has always been a struggle between the North and the South. And it's always been characterized by race. And I see that there is a calculated move by the rulers of this nation to limit the voting power of blacks. The most immediate result of the recent Supreme Court ruling eliminating Section 2 of the 1965 Voting Rights Act is that they are going to redraw the congressional boundaries, district boundaries. And as a result, the number of members in the Congressional Black Caucus will probably be cut in half, minimally. Why? Because here you got 43 members of the Black Caucus. The majority of them are like in some of the districts that are like mine. I've been in Congress 21 years. The chances are, unless I really kind of blow this, is that I can get elected, say maybe for a few more years. That means in seniority, then I become a chairman of a full committee, you know. It's not out of the question that a black might emerge and be the Speaker of the House. That's a lot of power. And so how do you circumvent that? By changing the laws so that you don't have these districts where they keep electing these blacks or the same blacks in the office so they get more seniority so they can be in control over these committees. All right? That's really what's the way I see it. That's going to be the outcome.